All right, the highlights from GreatStockPicks.com live trading chat room on September 16th, which is a Monday. We actually had our first open house ever today. Had a bunch of free trial members in there, and they went well. We knew it was going to be a slow day. We got FOMC meeting tomorrow and Wednesday, so the market's kind of on hold. And then you had the big gap up as well, which doesn't make for the best intraday trading, but we still found some money in the market. And here's where my best call today was SCTY. This is what the daily chart looked like before today. And the reason it was on watch is because it had that huge move just a few days, about 4 sessions ago. So let me switch to an intraday chart and show you how I called it in chat. Okay, here's how it looked on 5-minute candles. This is the opening 5-minute candle, so there's the early high. You put in consecutive lower highs, a little bit of a bounce here. And then this kind of red candle here where sellers came in. I was also using First Solar as kind of a guide. First Solar was pretty strong, and I knew this SCTY, if it could ever get up to the high of the day today, I knew it would be it should make a nice move. I shouldn't say I knew, but I figured it would make a nice move after that big move the other day. So when these sellers came in here on a 5-minute basis, there's not a lot of consolidation above this candle. It was just the opening chaos, which I never try to trade in at the open. So when these sellers came in, my thinking was if these sellers fail, this could end up getting through the high of the day and being a great entry. So I called it over this candle, the long idea 35.22, and the stop below this candle. And look what happens. There's the trigger. More sellers came in, and then when it looked like this, I said, now if these sellers fail, we get over 35.50, we're going to be in really good shape. And that's exactly what happened. And about one candle later, I jumped on the mic when it looked like this. It looked exactly like this when I jumped on the mic, and I said, hey guys, I teach you to sell into shape. We have shape. Okay, so this a lot of people say I never know when to sell or I sell too soon. This is what you call a high quality problem when you're in something from down here and you get this kind of candle in your favor. My advice is the same. It's always don't get out a calculator, don't start figuring out how rich, don't look at the chart and figure out how far this is going to go. Just click your sell button. Okay, so if you did that, and I always say it doesn't have to be the whole position, but you should be selling a chunk here no matter what. And so from the 35.22, you're up, $1.60 something right there in about a half hour. So anyone that clicked sell there had a great day, right? From here to here, and look at this. That was the high of the day. It made a nice bounce. Also mentioned a possible long for those that sold that with me back down here as one of our green line plays, and you got another, probably another dollar out of that bounce. So anyway, there you go. SCTY was very good to me. First Solar, along those lines, I made a blunder on that one when it looked like this. I called it long over this little high with about a dime stop, and so there's the trigger, and it stopped out like in a blink. And anyone that then took it over that spike did really well. So that was just kind of one of those deals I had too tight of a stop. Let's see, FTNT. I called right down here. Now most people wouldn't look at that as a long, but you had shape, and then if you go to the daily, it was hitting the 200 day, it was hitting the 8 day, it was near the 20 day, it had price support to the left. On 15s, it was right there. It was hitting what we call the 15-minute candle 200 period moving average. That's a great place to look for a bounce as well. So FTNT was hitting about 6 moving averages that we look for. Plus it had that shape. So I just called it long right over that candle 2041 with a stop 6 cents below, and it went up to 2070 something. And that was easy money. I mean, there's our entry right there, and it just kept climbing for about 20 straight minutes. Let's see here. Zozo, one of our all-stars, called Delta Airlines right over this 5-minute candle, right about there. Made a huge move from there. A great idea by Zozo. Lulu, I gave a short idea below this green candle right here. 70.47 short with a high of day stop, and it came down to 69.65, almost a dollar on that one for those that shorted it. Let's see. ATI, I called it long, like right in here using 2-minute candles, and it stopped out with like a dime risk in a couple minutes, but I was right about the area. And one thing I'm trying to teach our members, and I'm trying to teach myself as well, is it's okay to, when you know you're in an area where this could bounce, and this is that green line play you hear me talk about, it's okay to take that smaller and use an arbitrary 30-cent stop, 25-cent stop, something like that. Keep yourself from getting whipped out on those tight candles, and you know, and the algorithm's taking you out. So that would have worked great. Just taking that area of the green line with a stop down here, smaller, that ended up moving up, I don't know, 80 cents from there. So that was another blunder, but I only lost not even a dime, same as First Solar. None of it mattered much with SCTY. We also had a BTER called USG. He's like the room's best bottom feeder. He called it a 26.38, I believe, and it went up to 26.60. It wasn't huge, but it was green from close to the moment he called it. That might be it for me. Called Iron Mountain, but it didn't trigger. ROC, Stephen B, one of our all-stars, called it long over this candle right here, right around 67 bucks with barely over a dime risk, and it went up about 60 cents from there. Stephen B also shorted SNI somewhere in here, I think, and it was a really nice short. So sorry for the shortened video with some lack of details, but I've got a busy evening ahead. So anyway, it was another really nice day, and I'm thrilled to have more than met my daily goal with, if you consider the market conditions today, with the gap up in the whole market and kind of a dead day. So all right, I'll quit babbling, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.